1 plus 1 equals 2. But if I don't understand the math behind it, it doesn't actually matter. Memory. Memory is not an automatic brain. It refers to storing the conversation history or other long-term memory and then fitting it back into the model context intelligently. In REG, there's this concept called Conversation Retrieval Chain. It's comprised of 3 elements. First is a conversation history, which is vector database you have. And every time you input a question or you have an answer, you are basically filling the vector database up with new vectors. E.g., think about it as you are giving more ideas to store in the books for a librarian. And then whenever you want something, you will need that librarian to go through the relevant books and retrieve, to pull out that information and give it to you. This is what retrieval does. It pulls out the information from the vector database, from the place where you have all the ideas, and then it gives it to LLM, and LLM, large language model, it generates the response based on the context you have given to it. This is why vector databases should always be passed into the function as a retriever, because the database itself, it doesn't has any value if you cannot pull the information out of it, if you cannot retrieve something from that. This is why this conversation retrieval chain in REG is basically the fundamental concept of how AI, you are able to interact with AI. And also, as humans, we think the same way because we don't recall everything. We retrieve the information from the long-term memory based on the context, relevance, and emotion we experience. And just like embeddings, our memories are encoded in patterns and then reactivated by associations. And in long chain, what we remember, what AI remembers, is controlled by attention and focus, but not storage. Storage is useless without those 2 components. I was reading a post the other day on X, and I read this very interesting question. If there are so many builders these days, then who do we build for? I believe that one of the statements of OpenAI, and as far as I remember, this is the biggest AI company in the world right now, they say artificial intelligence has been created to benefit all the humanity. Benefit. So I believe you can use AI only in 2 directions. The first one is for AI to help you become more efficient in your studies, work, or whatever you do, or for AI to become the end goal. For example, if you want to really learn a new skill, how to build AI, you can ask ChatGPT to make it for you, like all the scripts, to Docker it, to do all the things necessary to create all the files. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna teach you. But whenever you will be using AI, and this is your own choice, whenever you'll be using AI as a tool that will help you learn that, I think this will be the difference in probably a year time that will be separating people, who consume AI only and who build it. Because literally, the more complex it gets, the more explanation from people you will need. And this is why I believe that, honestly, you rather build imperfect things but on your own and with your own knowledge, rather than building something perfect but for the most part with ChatGPT or Grok or Perplexity. So, in trying to teach a machine how to remember, I realized memory isn't about holding onto everything. It's about knowing what matters and bringing it back at exactly the right time. And workflow will definitely save your life. It definitely will.